Congratulations. We have made it to the end. So take a moment, celebrate, and then get right back on track and get ready to finish your final assignment for SOC 210. Session 16 is the Unit 3 analysis, the writing assignment. You've already done 2 of them thus far in the semester, so you should be well aware of how this works. But just to review, I want to draw your attention to the topics that we've discussed in Unit 3, and that is race and ethnicity, marriage and family, education, and religion. And so we are going to take what we've learned in those particular topics and we are going to incorporate that into the Unit 3 analysis. So I'm going to walk you through this. Hopefully you remember this from Unit 1 and 2. And I'm going to explain to you what you should be doing and giving you some tips along the way for earning full credit. But before I get started with that, I do want to be very clear in my explanation of late work will not be accepted in this session. So all faculty are held to very strict deadlines when it comes to final grades. And therefore, I have to hold you to very strict deadlines as well. The last moment to submit this assignment is literally the last moment. You cannot submit this late. I have to have these submitted and I have to have grading done pretty quickly and the turnaround time is tight. So do not wait until the day it's due. Don't wait until the day before it's due. I am begging you to do this assignment early and turn it in as early as possible. That way, if you have questions or you have technology issues, all of that can get worked out and you don't have to worry about missing the deadline. The writing assignments in this course are worth so much of your final grade average. It is not worth missing that opportunity to earn so many points. So, with that being said, let's dive into the Unit 3 analysis, the writing assignment, to culminate the last unit of the course. All right, remember, make sure you're logged into your Nash Community College student email account so when you make this copy, it deposits into your correct Google Drive. And as a reminder, do the assignment inside of Google Drive. That way, if anything comes up, we have a record of it. All right, another reminder here, make sure you're reading the directions and following them carefully, and you are not to use any outside sources to complete this assignment. So if it is not a video that I have included in this assignment or it is not your textbook, you are not to use it. And remember, you are turning this in via the Turnitin plagiarism detection software. And so that is going to flag things for me if you are using outside sources. The first thing that you are going to do is you are going to watch this video. Whoops, I'm moving all around here, guys. You're going to watch this video on racial and ethnic prejudice and discrimination. That is going to be something that you are going to take notes on as you are watching, because each one of these terms listed here to the left are going to be addressed in that video. And what you're going to do is you're going to take notes on the term, and you're going to discuss that particular term in detail. And when I say discuss that term in detail, I want you to not only just define the term, but to discuss for me maybe your personal experience with that term, maybe your response to that term, your knowledge of that term. Did you know about it beforehand? Have you had experience with it? Did you not know about that term? Did you know that term existed, but you just didn't know that was the official word for it? Okay, so that kind of discussion. So you're going to define the term and what it is, and then you're going to have a personal reflection about the term. that section is going to wrap up, and you're going to go into the video on the theories about family and marriage. So that will be what you do for number 3. And then in number 4, you are going to discuss the function of the family unit within society. And there are guiding questions there for you to reflect upon after you have watched the video in number 3. For number 5, you're also going to loop back to that video in number 3. And again, you are going to define the term that is listed, that is discussed in the video, and you are going to give me a personal response, a personal reflection to that term. This is another example where you probably know what these terms are, you just didn't know that's what they were called. So give me some reflection there after you define that term. In number 6, I am going to have you watch 3 different short videos on education and how that functions in our society, what works well, what doesn't work well in that system. So you will watch those 3 videos. And then in number 7, you will discuss and reflect the importance of education within our society. You are going to take what you learned from those 3 videos and intertwine that into your paragraph for number 7. Number 8 is a piece where you are going to think about improving education. And so I'm going to ask you to think about that on a large scale, that term macro. I'm going to ask you to think about that on a small scale, a local scale, micro, and then I'm going to ask you to think about that on a super micro scale, such as you being a parent or you being a family member or a mentor to a school-aged child. So you are going to think about everything that you've learned about education in society, and you are going to come up with some ideas to positively benefit the education of school-aged children. And so your macro ideas will be things that are large, governmental, huge policy based. So what can be changed? What can be done to improve the education of school-aged children on a large governmental policy-based level? The micro section, what can be done in a local, small-scale, community-based micro level to help school-aged children? So think about like what our community can do in that particular section. And then that super micro, what can you do as the parent of a school-aged child to increase the education of that child? Or what can you do as a family member or a mentor of a school-aged child to increase their education? So number 8 is simply an idea box for you, thoughts that you can have, that you might have that increases the education of school-aged children. Number 9 is going to ask you to watch another video. So again, you're watching lots of videos this time around, so make sure you're giving yourself lots and lots of time to do that effectively. You are going to take that video and gain a much deeper understanding of that interweb process between religion and society. Sometimes that's a struggle for students to understand, and so that video will help you do that. When you get to number 10, you are going to go back into your textbook and interact with these 3 sociologists and their thoughts on religion. So each one of these sociologists are very much tied to each one of the main 3 theories, and each one of these sociologists has a different stance on religion in society, and it is based upon their experience and their life leading up to their research in sociology. And so I want you to kind of go back and summarize those 3 sociologists and how they explained religion, the positions that they took on religion in society. When you get down to number 11, This is going to be something similar to what we've done in a journal assignment in the past, but you are going to go back to sections 18.2, 18.3, and 18.4, and we are going to analyze religion in society. So in number 10, you're looking at the people, the sociologists, and their thoughts on religion. And then in number 11, you are looking at, excuse me, I cannot get this mouse to work for you guys today. In number 11, you are looking at religion inside of society with those three theories being the lenses. That might be confusing to you, just like it was in the journal assignment. And so I will say, before you give up and say, oh, I can't do it, just take it step by step. Go back to section 18.2. Read the section on how structural functionalism is used to look at religion in society, and then summarize that section with some bullet points there. Then do the same thing with 18.3 and 18.4. If you take it step by step, it will be easier to digest and understand what I'm asking you to do, rather than reading it all at once and then trying to come back to it. That's it for the Unit 3 analysis. That is your final assignment for the course. Remember, you're going to be looking for a little green arrow down here in the submission area that says Submit Paper. So I can't show you that on my screen because I have the teacher version of Moodle. However, you can see that in the How to Submit Assignments through Turnitin Moodle links. And remember that How to link there will show you how to do all of that. There it is, that Submit Paper right there. If you have any questions about the assignment, or you have any issues when you're trying to turn stuff in, make sure you reach out to me. I am going to encourage you one last and final time to make sure that you work ahead of schedule, just in case you hit some bumps in the road as you are completing your Unit 3 analysis. This is a great way to kind of boost that final average, and I'm an email away. So if you need me, reach out to me. Other than that, I will assume that you're good to go. All right, enjoy finishing up the course, and congratulations. You have worked so hard and you have made it so far.